Welcome to day 20. This is the last day in my Source to Sea challenge for the River Avon. Today we're going to be walking down Avon Gorge, close to Bristol, and then leaving Bristol behind and heading out down to Avon Mouth, generally exploring the tidal Avon, and it's a beautiful day for it. Good walk ahead of me, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm currently walking down a valley called Nightingale Valley, beautiful steep-sided wooded valley. I'm losing all the height I gained walking up the Clifton Suspension Bridge. We're walking all the way back down to the river again. This is the last hill of the walk, the rest of the walk is flat, so it should be easy going. And even though I'm still very much close to the city of Bristol, I could be a long way out from the city, judging by where I am at the moment. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is obviously a popular area with walkers. This is a Sunday, so there's quite a few people about. The walk ahead is now beginning to steepen, as you can see ahead. As I say, we begin to lose that height, and as we emerge down this hill here through the woods, you can see the gorge begins to open us up ahead of us. That tower up there was where we were on the previous walk, looking out at Clifton Suspension Bridge. Let's make our way down, get a little bit of a better view of the gorge. And the bridge up above us with the Avon below us. That's the way we're headed. Now this is, I would imagine, quite a well-used cycle path along here, and can you blame people? It's absolutely lovely. You see all these painted rocks strewn about. This is an official bump ski. Maybe that's the last piece of Bristolian street art we'll see. We're already starting to leave behind the gorge. There are still sort of slabs ahead of us on either side. Some brave people up there. I've seen footage before of people riding bikes up here, doing tests of various different bikes on YouTube. I won't be climbing up there today. Let me just show you the river, which is very much at low tide by the look of it. Quite a major drop off there as we're walking along, so I am being careful. But it's a gorgeous spot to walk along here. I recommend anyone coming and exploring down here. Again, I've got a map of this entire challenge if you want to check that out. There's a link in the description down below, and you can follow the whole route that I've been walking along. Someone climbing way off in the distance there. See the scale of them against the slab of rock, or the face of rock there. It shows the scale. Okay, so just having a little read about this area. This is part of a larger trail that we've been following all the way from Pulteney Bridge in Bath. This is where we've come all the way up to where we are now here, right near Avon Mouth there. Apparently there's peregrine falcons that nest up in the gorge where we've just walked through. There's also various Roman settlements, sites of Roman settlements and industry as well that's gone on in this area. So there's plenty of history here, even if it's not here to see today. It's nice to learn about. Okay, so we've now left behind the woods that we've been walking along, and just tracking along the side of the river here. Got a little village or small town called Sea Mills ahead, as you can see behind me again. Gorgeous view out. It's a little bit sketchy walking along this cycle route in places because there's a very steep cliff going off down to the river, but I've made it through. I've battled on. A new area to explore, so let's carry on. So once again, just a quick look back at the woodland that we followed down all the way through to here, and it looks like we're into a new bit of grassland here now. I think the path carries on round between the river and this hedge, but landscape wise, nice bit of grazing land, not really what I expected, right next to the river. And I guess all of this would have been sort of marshland, but now it's used for farming. I'm making good headway today. Still got quite a fair way to go, but it's quite easy walking. It's gravel path all the way so far. This really would have been a busy river, absolutely chock-a-block with shipping, and all that shipping is now, and obviously to a lesser extent because there's less shipping coming into the country in general, but the shipping that was going into Bristol is now going into Avonmouth docks, which is where we're headed towards. So Avonmouth docks is at the end of the river. I will be able to walk very, very close to the docks, but there is a pier that juts out into the Severn estuary where I would have liked to have finished my walk. Unfortunately, I couldn't get permission to access that. I did write a couple of times to the dock authorities, but I wasn't able to arrange that. But as I said, we are going to get very close to the end of the river on, quite fittingly, a footpath right to the end. Okay, so we've now made it up into more of a residential area. I've only got a couple of miles to go, if that. Quite exciting really to finish off this challenge in style. So you can see the docks off in the distance there, down at Avonmouth. They're called Royal Portbury Docks. That's where we're headed. Not far now. Well, it's certainly a lot bigger than when I started this walk all those days ago up in Didmarton in Gloucestershire. Absolutely enormous river. And as I said at the beginning of this walk, beating heart of a city for hundreds and hundreds of years. I've just found a plaque just up the back here in a little harbour for this town, and it says that two ministers sailed here for America hundreds of years ago. So here we go, gateway to the Severn. Let's say on this sign, footpath to mouth of the river. So I'm going to give it a go, see how far I can get out into this marshland behind me here. But basically I'm at the end of my walk, just a little way to go. So I've just walked down into the marshland to see if I can find a way to cut across these marshlands to get closer to the mouth of the Avon. But this is it. I can't make it any further on recognised paths from where I am now. So with Portbury Docks in the background, which is basically on the Avon mouth into the Severn, I'll say this is the end of my challenge. I've actually achieved it. 20 days, been a fantastic adventure. I've enjoyed my time walking immensely. I've discovered some new places which I'll be sure to visit again, and it sparked many more ideas for challenges that I could do in the future. For anyone who's taken the time to watch the videos or follow along, thank you very much, and yeah, I'll see you in the next adventure. Cheers.